about the controversy of see when I watched Animal, I saw it for Ranbir Kapoor. I'm a huge fan of Ranbir Kapoor, so I saw it for him. And when I went to see, like again, when I go to watch a movie, any movie, not just Animal, when I go to watch any movie, I go to watch the movie and I see it as a movie. I see it as the characters the actors are playing.
Yeah.
I don't get into that whole business of analyzing कि हाँ इसने ऐसा क्यों किया इसने ये रोल क्यों लिया या उसने इतना like it affects people.
Uh, at large.
Yeah, because like again when people are throwing stuff inside the sea, when I see them doing that, when you raise a question, when you ask them आप क्यों कर रहे हो ऐसा क्या कर रहे हो मत करो, their response to it is सब कर रहे हैं. The amount of rejection we all face as actors here,
Yeah.
you don't face that kind of rejection anywhere else and at an everyday level, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but by God's grace, luckily, Mumbai has never let me go back, so I cannot be more grateful for this. I have constantly had good work, and even though I've had low phases as well, but I've always, bounced back thanks to all the
Yeah.
good work that keeps coming, on and off. जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So they constantly are there in the
Yeah.
eyes of the public. The audience are also excited to see them, and they're created. They're made into big stars before they even do work. And they have the best of designers, giving them the best of clothes, making them look super extremely hot and everything. So the excitement for them is a lot, So besides, they never have to audition. They never have to audition. I mean, most of them don't have to audition for parts because when they are casting, they would
Yeah.
they would be cast already. I mean, they like when some script is there, they would be like, "अच्छा इसमें वो fit बैठेगी, उसमें वो fit बैठेगा." Then so they don't have
Mhm.
to really audition. So that's
Yeah.
the beginning for them. Of course they have their own struggles. Of course,
Yeah.
beyond a point, their talent speaks for themselves, and
Yeah.
when they are truly talented, it shines through. Hi, this is Manjari Phadnis, and you're watching me on podcast on Enigmatic Horizon.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Murchana and today we have a very well-known actress among us who has appeared in numerous Bollywood films as well as regional movies. You may have seen her in films such as Jaane Na, Grand Masti, I Am 24 and more recently Freedom Seek Temple Again. Well, she has also appeared in web series such as Masoom and The Freelancer. She's none other than Manjari Phadnis, whom I would like to give a hearty welcome on behalf of Enigmatic Horizon. Welcome, ma'am.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me.
Ma'am, so when I first approached you for this interview, you came across as a very, very warm and very sweet person. So that was really, really refreshing. And thank you so much for giving us your time for this interview.
Anytime. Thank you for having me.
So, first of all, we would like to know so, what was it that really inspired you to take up acting as a career, or did it just happen as a plan of destiny?
So, how did I take up acting as a profession? So when I was 14 years old, I mean, actually, since I was 3 years old, I have been on stage every time. Like, I mean, I was on stage for singing, dancing. Acting came in when I was 14, but the moment I acted in my first play in school, the whole process of getting into a character, I just found it so amazing and so much fun that I was like, okay, this is something I would really, really love to explore. But I still didn't think I'll take it up professionally. I thought it'll
Yeah,
always be a hobby, in my life, and I'll just do it, apart from my other work. But that never happens, right? So, so I think by the time I was
yeah.
16, yeah. So by the time I was 16 is when I realized, no, this is it. This is what I want to do in life. This is what I enjoy doing the most in life, and I want to make this my profession. So yeah, that's when I decided that I want to take acting as my profession.
Wow, that's a like you got a very idea in your very early years itself. So that was really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And you began your career with a lead role in Rok Lo, Rok Lo alongside veteran actor Sunny Deol. Can you tell us
Yes.
about how you got involved in that project and how was your experience on that film?
Uh, So that's an interesting story because when I was living in Pune at that point of time when I decided I want to be an actor, right? And
Yes,
I had nobody, I did not know any single person in Mumbai at that point of time. And you have to come to Mumbai if you want to try. And so I had no way where to go, what to do. And
yeah,
I had done a photo shoot with Abu Ratnani at that point of time. He had come for a workshop in Pune. And so I got a list of these casting directors and the model coordinators and these production houses and stuff like that. So that's the only paper sheet I had with me when I came to Mumbai. I mean, I had to fight with
wow,
my parents. I had to fight with my
yeah,
parents because, I'm like, Mama, portfolio khichwa liya abhi. I mean, I can't sit on it. There's nothing going to happen if I sit on it here in Pune. So
yeah,
I decided that I have to go to Mumbai for at least I got only 1 week, by the way. I just got 1 week from my parents to just come to
wow,
Mumbai and distribute my portfolio. And so, in 7 days, I had that one sheet of paper and my photographs, which I was going to different places. And you know how it is; they don't entertain you. Nobody entertains you like that.
yeah,
So I might have just gone and met one or two people at just like just in the opening of the office, like I mean just the people who are right there on the front desk. Only those people is who I met. And I met a few sorry, the model coordinators at that time. So through this entire thing, I mean, I went back home after a week, that's it. And later I was waiting and I was waiting, and obviously ऐसे नहीं होता है. But somehow, after 1 month, I got a call from one of the model coordinators from there, and she was like, me and you've been called for an audition. And then I went to Mumbai to audition for this film from Plan Man Motion Pictures. They were a new production house at that point of time and stuff. So this was my first meeting with them, and I mean, at that point of time, I did not know anything about makeup, hair,
hmm,
how I should
yeah,
present myself, how I should dress
yeah,
myself. I mean, like nothing. I was, I was such a child. I did not know anything how to like, present
just stand
myself for a
up,
movie.
yeah,
Yeah, beginning of my journey, right? So I went doing some random makeup on my face, which I got ready in this dark space and everything, so I couldn't even see what my complexion and the color of the base was. And I just went thinking I'm looking damn pretty, and I tested for that role. And Shubho sir he was the executive producer on that, so he was also
yeah.
there. And they really liked my audition. And Shubho sir was like, "Okay, we like your audition, but can you please, if you don't mind, just go wash your face?"
Oh my God.
White monkey. You're like, I mean, my neck was not matching my face, and I was just like, I mean, like, I did not know how to blow dry my hair, nothing. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. So I just went like a complete jhaldi and everything, like wearing some really stupid clothes and everything. So then anyway, but luckily, thank God for small mercies, they like my audition. So the moment I went and washed my face and I came out, and he was like, thank God. That was his reaction. I was like, okay. So anyway, so that was the first round of auditions, and then I was sent back to Pune. Sorry, back to Pune, and then another 1 month went by, and then Arindam sir he was coming to Mumbai, and so Shubho sir was like, let's get her to meet him. And so I was again called to Mumbai, but this time Shubho sir didn't take a risk. He sent me with this person in his office, his assistant. He sent me with her to the parlor. He's like, please make her presentable fast. so, so then yeah, so that's how I met. I mean, like, then I was looking decent and everything, and then I met Arindam sir, and I was auditioned a second round, and that's it. And they told me I've got the film. So that's how I ended up with
Wow.
my first film with my first audition.
Quite a story, ma'am. Quite a story. And it's so amazing that at such a young age you had such confidence in yourself that you took the risk and you thought that yes, I was going for it. So that was
Yeah, because
really
I
nice.
did believe, when you really want something very badly in life, you need to
Yeah,
take that one first step. And when you take that one first step, I
definitely.
think the whole universe just kind of tries to show you the way ahead.
Conspired
So,
to, yeah,
yeah,
help you.
alchemist. Yeah. वही बुक पढ़ के आई थी मैं
uh,
उसी से inspire हो के आई थी हाँ
So, in your career, you've appeared in quite a few movies and you've done several roles. But there's this one particular role of Meghna in Jaane Na, which has
yes yes
remained, which is etched in everyone's mind. And we all used to watch that film. And even today, when I was scrolling through my Instagram, I just came across a reel from that film, and it just brought back all the memories.
yeah
That's one comfort movie that we all look up to and go back to. So tell us something about Jaane Na, which was both a commercial and a critical success. So would you like to share us some memorable experience that you had on the film set?
so on the film set I mean, it's been so many years now, but I just remember the whole overall feeling of the set was so wonderful. It's a wonderful team to work with Amir Khan Productions.
Yeah,
Abbas Tyrewala, director. I learned so much from him. Again, Imran
yeah,
is one of the most genuine, warm, amazing human beings I have met. So I mean, and Janelia, of course, she was a sweetheart.
yeah.
So I had a great time, but I should tell you, in one of the incidents which I very strongly remember was how I got the role. So again, so out here, I was constantly randomly bumping into Paki, who is Bas Tarwala's wife, and also she was casting for that film at that point of time. And
Okay,
so after bumping into her randomly, surreptitiously, she was like, "Okay, you know what? Just come and test. There's one film we are auditioning for. Why don't you just come and audition for it?" But she was
yeah,
like, "I know you're doing leads. I'm warning you. It's a second lead. So are you okay with that?"
okay,
So I did this little mental calculation. I was like, okay, Amir Khan Productions, okay, second lead. But she's like, it's a very good role, and I read the scenes of that character, and I was like, great. Then I remembered, okay, even in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Rani Mukherjee was there, and then like
yeah,
she shot up from there. So I was like, okay, no problem. It's a great role and a great production house. It's a really good film to be a part of, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's audition. So I tested for it, and she really liked my test. And then she took my test to Abbas Taiwala. Now, by
okay.
then, about 400 girls had auditioned for, more than 400 girls had auditioned for my Meghna's character. And
Wow.
like, they were tired. They were tired. They had already shortlisted three girls, and I was just the last person who auditioned.
Yeah.
And I was just by chance got into the audition, otherwise I didn't even know about this. So I came in, I auditioned. So anyway, coming back, Paki loved my audition, and she was like, Abbas, you have to see this girl's audition. So Abbas is like, no, I cannot see one more audition for Meghna. We have shortlisted three girls. I'm choosing from them. There's no way that I can't handle it anymore. so, so Abbas refused. Now, so Abbas and Paki were like, she's his wife. So, one day while sitting, she was like, okay, let's watch a movie. And he's like, yeah, let's watch a movie. And so she quietly slipped my audition tape. so, so Abbas was like, yeah, okay, 1 second. And then he saw the whole test, and that's it. That was it.
Wow.
So that's how. So yeah, that's a fun memory I remember from Jane too.
That's really nice. I mean, whenever we look back to that film, oh my God, such memorable. Now it has become a cult movie, and
Yeah, it
we all, yeah. And I mean, as a kid, I used to watch that film, and we still play those songs, Nazre Milana,
yeah.
Aditi. Wow, that's really nice. So now recently you have also appeared in multiple web shows such as The Freelancer and Masti. So Tell us about your experience working in the OTT space, and do you think OTT will have any impact on cinema as a whole?
So, I have had a wonderful experience with OTT space. So I must tell you that, I came to a point in my career around 2017, 2017, when I was feeling very suffocated in terms of the
Mm.
kind of work that was coming my way. Okay.
Yeah,
And because I was just being typecast into one particular category, and like I was not getting the kind of work I wanted to do, something more intense, something more deep, something more layered.
yeah,
So I was really tired of it. I was bored of it, and but because of the OTT space, because here people don't care about so much for they do care about market value, but they don't so much care about the market value as much as they care about the content, as much as they
yeah,
care about casting the right person for the roles who will do
yeah,
justice to the character. So people were ready to experiment on OTT platforms, and because of the whole upsurge of the OTT and everything like Netflix and
yeah,
Amazon Prime, Hotstar, and everything, um, you know, there was a lot of, I mean, like audience kind of saw a lot of world cinema. They kind of their
yeah,
choices, their understanding of good and bad cinema, or whatever changed, in
yeah.
a big
It
way. So they were ready for, yeah, it evolved. They were ready for
yeah,
something new, something out of the box, something more, something that moved them a lot more than
yeah,
just so I think that kind of really affected the whole space here, because now in OTT, content is the king. And
yeah,
so there were so many scripts which were lying around, which were they wanted to make, but people didn't want to take a risk because of box office issues. Hoga पे नहीं होगा,
yeah,
audience आएंगी नहीं आएंगी. So that
yeah,
kind of got let go of, and because of that, now writers, directors, actors, they're all able to experiment a lot more in different characters or in different scripts, or
yeah,
I mean, do something more exciting. So in
yeah,
that way, that way OTT has really changed a lot of lives, and a lot of I think a lot of good has happened from that. And like even for me, since Barot House was my first film on the OTT space, it was a film on Z5. Amit Sadh and me, we were there, and it did really well for us. So that kind of switched people's minds about me as an actor, and after that, I started getting much better work that now I have
okay.
been getting. So I'm very happy about that. So that's what OTT has been a blessing for me and a lot of actors and a lot of people. Other than that, your other question was whether it'll affect cinema.
Yeah,
Well, clearly, it's not affecting cinema right now. In between, because of the
COVID
COVID
period.
period, yeah, so people got very comfortable being home and watching content on TV and everything. So it took them a while to get them out, but now you can see, I mean, people like films are like going into like 1,000 crores and 600 crores and 500 crores. So I
Yeah,
think cinema can never be replaced. There will always be audience for cinema. I mean, 12th failed it so
yes,
well, and such a
yes,
beautiful film, such a
yeah.
wonderful film. So you give good films to the audience, they will come to the theater to watch it. So yeah.
Ma'am, you also spoke about how you wanted to try different characters, some layered characters. So, how do you usually choose your role or project, and what attracts you to a particular script or character?
Huh. Um, so I truly believe characters choose you more than you choose them. So it's like a lot of people ask you, how do you choose your work? Um, yeah, I mean, like it's not like we have, I mean, like I mean, I get these opportunities, and then of course I make my choices from whatever the best I get. So how do I make my choices? That's your question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I basically look at the script and who's
Okay.
making it. It's very
Yes.
important, like who's making the script, because sometimes there are some amazing scripts which don't translate well on screen if it's not in
Yeah.
the right hands. So I it's
Yeah.
very important for me who is the director and the production house, how they're going to push the film. Apart from
Yeah.
that, how impactful is my role? Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean that's a very important criteria for me. I mean, like, it has to be an impactful role. So that's how I mainly look at, work. So yeah.
Okay. Ma'am, you have appeared in many well-known movies throughout your career. So, is there any particular role that is close to your heart or that is more closer to your personality in real life?
Any role, what to pick? Meghna, of course, people absolutely. I'm so glad and I'm very pleasantly surprised. Like I'm actually getting more love for Meghna now than I ever got when it released.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
somehow people are now understanding her character better. The more they've watched it, they've also kind of grown. So they've also related more to. I mean, like, a lot of happened in their lives, so they can also relate more to what I might have gone through in life. So I
yeah.
mean, Meghna is getting more love today. So it's that was beautiful. So that Meghna was one character. Other than that, something I can relate to in my life. Um,
Yes.
uh, um, Actually, there was one series that I did recently. I mean, it released in 2022 called Mia Bibi or Murder. So that
Okay.
was with Rajiv Khandelwal. So
Yeah.
though, I mean, she's a very whacked out character, so I'm not that wacky, but I think that's one character I really truly enjoyed playing because she was so mad. She was so she was funny without trying to be funny. She had these wickedest of ideas, and she's so poker facedly putting it. I mean, I really thoroughly enjoyed playing that one character. And there was one short film I did called Khamakha, which had
Okay.
won a film fair in 2017. It won the best short film People's Choice Award. It went viral that time when it released and all. That one was with Harshvardhan Rane. So
Right.
my character in Khamakha is the closest you can get to who I am.
Okay.
So so she is like in Khamakha. I'm playing this travel writer now. I mean, I'm technically not a travel writer, but I'm a traveler. I love my journeys, and I don't vlog much. I mean, I do sometimes. I mean, on Instagram and all, I've been making these reels and all of all my travels and everything, and I write little stories about it on Instagram. But yeah, travel, like, I mean, my soul is a traveler's soul. So I mean, she's that kind of a character on that. So
Okay. Ma'am, do you enjoy solo traveling as well?
I only do only done solo
Okay.
traveling. Apart from the work travels which we go for when everybody's around, but
Yeah.
for me, when I'm going on my vacation, I don't know, I'm addicted to solo travel. I started off like just as an experiment, and oh my God, once you get the taste of traveling solo, you're
It's a
spoiled for
wonder.
life. Yeah, yeah, it's just spoiled for life. Then you won't know what to do when you're with people. I, I'm actually very scared of going with my friends. Anyway, half the time everyone is busy, and like, when I'm ready to travel, they are not. When they're ready to travel, I'm not. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't wait for anyone. I just get out there. I go wherever I want, whenever I can, and it's the best thing ever. And you meet the people locally. When you're traveling
Yeah.
solo, you meet people who are locals out there. You get to
Yes.
experience stuff the locals do, because otherwise when you're going with your friends, normally the locals don't really disturb you. You're already with your friends, but when you're traveling by yourself, people do come and talk to you. You go and talk to people, you try to find out more about them and their life and everything. So I've made such amazing friends for life when I've traveled solo.
Wow, that's really nice, ma'am. So, along with acting in Bollywood, you have also acted in Bengali, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, as well as Kannada movies. So, have you noticed any difference between how each of these industries operate, or in which industry did you have the most favorable experience till now?
mostly had favorable experiences in most of the, I mean, all the industries that I have worked in. So, I mean, um, Hindi is the most comfortable language for me, so I'm most comfortable in Hindi, of course. But I really enjoyed my experience in Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam. I met some really amazing people out there, and the only difference mainly was the language for me because I think whichever culture you're in, emotions are the same, right? Just the characterizations change and the demographics change. But otherwise, human emotions are pretty much on the same page. Um,
Yeah,
so that was one thing, and in South, they tend to uh, start, end, and release the film much sooner than it happens in Hindi. I hate saying Bollywood, Hindi film industry. So
yeah,
so yeah, so I mean, it takes a long time, but out there in the South Indian industries and all, so um, the fans are fanatic, so they love their stars so much that
yeah,
they don't have to worry so much about promotion. They do promote it very well and all, but उनके favorite star की film आई, they will go watch it. So they're fanatic.
yeah,
So
exactly.
so yeah, so they love movies and they love their stars and everything. So yeah, so it ends up releasing faster and like everything happens like on time. So yeah, that's one difference I just noticed. That's it.
Yeah. You've been in the industry for quite some time now. So, the industry can be so noisy at times. So, how do you stay motivated and creative in such an industry that can be quite competitive at times? And how do you balance your work and life?
So the best thing is I don't consider myself a part of the competition. The best thing, get out of the competition, get out of the rat race. I'm just
Yeah,
working for fun. I'm having a great time. I don't consider myself in the rat race at all. And that gives
yeah,
me so much peace of mind. I don't care about whether I am, in any of the lists or any of the numbering. I would love to be. I'm not saying I would not like to be. I would love to be. But
yeah,
having said that, it does not make me sad or unhappy not being in the list, or when I get into the list I'm very happy. When my films do well, I'm very happy. But the whole main thing is I want to do great work. I want to enjoy being on set. I want to get great roles. And I mean, I think being in this industry, when you have your heart in the right place, um
yeah,
you know um, it can be a very beautiful experience. And when I say this, I'm not saying this that there are no bad experiences. Of course,
yeah,
you have
yeah,
that side of the industry as well, which is there in every industry also in different ways. But of course, as you said, because of the competition, there is also, I mean, a lot of negativity that happens. But
yeah,
if you focus on the good things and the right things, you can have a beautiful experience. Like I have met some of
yeah,
the most passionate, creative people in the industry, and when you all get together with a common dream, and on a happy set. And there are many. I mean, I've had some really, really horrible sets as well, but there have been very few in number. Most of the
yeah,
sets I have worked on have been very, very encouraging, very happy sets. And
yeah,
so yeah, I mean, like I think that's how I deal with it. I do have my low points. I have my moments where I'm like, अब मेरा क्या होने वाला है? शायद मुझे कहीं छोड़ के जाना पड़ेगा. I do have those moments. I've had at least 5 times in the last so many years that I've been in the industry. I've literally felt as if I guess my journey is coming to an end. I guess I'll have to now pack up my bags and finally say goodbye to my dreams. It has happened because it is an expensive city. It's it is difficult to be in Mumbai, when you're,
yeah,
yeah. So, so I mean, there have been points in my life where, because I've had times when I've taken a decision ki nahi, I'm going to wait for the right roles coming my way. I'm not signing anything and everything. I'll wait, but kitna wait karoge? So
yeah,
there has come a point in the past where I've had a chat with my dad. I'm like, Papa, अभी 2 महीने में अगर कुछ अच्छा काम नहीं आया तो मैं क्या करूंगी? What am I gonna do? So he's like,
yeah,
my dad is one of the most amazing, calm, wonderful people. So he just calmly tells me, "Kuch nahi. You're good in studies. You'll come back home.
Yeah.
You will get back to studies. It's never too late, and we
Mm.
will restart your life, and everything will
Yeah.
be okay." So, when you have that kind of an emotional support, which is so important
Support.
when you're in this industry, especially because
Exactly.
it can get really, really difficult, because emotionally difficult a lot, because the amount of rejection we all face as actors here,
Yeah.
you don't face that kind of rejection anywhere else, and at an everyday level, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but by God's grace, luckily, Mumbai has never let me go back, so I cannot be more grateful for this. I have constantly had good work, and even though I've had low phases as well, but I've always, bounced back thanks to all
Yeah.
the good work that keeps coming, you know, on and off.
Ma'am, so in recent years, there has been a debate on the topic of nepotism. So, and you are
Yeah,
someone who has made your own way in the industry and you've made a name for
yeah.
yourself. So, what are your thoughts on it?
Okay, so okay, so yes, of course, it exists in the industry, but see, I look at it from a point of view of, when there are big stars and they have their children, and they have the best of directors who are their best friends. They have these
Yeah,
producers who are, like they're very close to them. So these the star kids grow up in front of them. Um, why would a parent not want to give the best to their child?
yeah,
Any parent would want the best for their child, and that's what they do. Um, again, with the producers, they will want to, launch the people they are comfortable working with, have a already great bond with. So, and of course, audience for that matter, as compared to a newcomer coming in, they tend to be more excited about seeing हमारे favorite star की लड़की या लड़का, whoever's coming, in the industry. They want to go see. And besides, there's an entire machinery that works to make them stars even before they have done any work.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
so there's an entire, when I'm saying all this, I am
Yeah,
not saying this I'm not cribbing about it at all. I'm just
yeah,
saying it as a matter of fact. I'm just saying it as a
yeah,
matter of fact that
yeah,
they do have, the PR running for them, I mean, like, the PR is like constantly pushing them on, like,
yeah,
in media and social media. So जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So they constantly are there in the
yeah,
eyes of the public. The audience are also excited to see them, and they're created. They're made into big stars before they even do work. And they have the best of designers giving them the best of clothes, making them look super extremely hot and everything. So the excitement for them is a lot, So besides, they never have to audition. They never have to audition. I mean, most of them don't have to audition for parts, because when they are casting, they would
yeah.
they would be cast already. I mean, they like, when some script is there, they would be like, अच्छा इसमें वो fit बैठेगी, उसमें वो fit बैठेगा. Then so they don't have
Mhm.
to really audition. So
Yeah,
that's the beginning for them. Of course they have their own struggles. Of course,
yeah,
beyond a point, their talent speaks for themselves, and
yeah,
when they are truly talented, it shines through, and they do really well also. And but not all of them do great. So
yeah.
it eventually boils down to whether audience accept them or not. But yes, they do come from a place of privilege, and
Mhm.
it's okay. I mean, it's like, life is unfair sometimes. Like, you have to fight your own way through. Everyone has
Yeah.
their own struggles. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
Ma'am, recently there has been quite a few controversies with animals. So, do you think movies can positively or negatively impact society and the minds of youth? And what do you think about this controversy that is going around?
Um, so yes, movies do affect the minds of the youth, but I think today the youth are very intelligent to decide
Yeah,
what should affect them. So if somebody is seeing a lot of violence on screen, they don't become gangsters. They don't pick up guns. They are more intelligent than that. I mean, I think let's not underestimate their intelligence as well. Um, about the controversy of see when I watched Animal, I saw it for Ranbir Kapoor. I'm a huge fan of Ranbir Kapoor, so I saw it for him. And when I went to see, like again, when I go to watch a movie, any movie, not just Animal, when I go to watch any movie, I go to watch the movie, and I see it as a movie. I see it as the characters, the actors are playing.
Yeah.
I don't get into that whole business of analyzing कि हाँ इसने ऐसा क्यों किया इसने ये रोल क्यों लिया या उसने इतना like it affects people like there are I mean like there are aggressive men, there are men who are you know um, misogynistic. But
Yeah.
I did not, honestly, I did not find Ranbir's character as misogynistic as I went into the theater thinking, oh God, I don't know what I'm going to see. I don't know what is going to trigger me. But because I
Yeah.
saw it as a film, I did not get so triggered. And I saw it as a film, yeah. And I mean, I saw it as a film and I was like, okay, it's fine. I got entertained. But I think people have got too sensitive. I mean, they like really uh, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I think just let the films be and let the films be. I mean, if somebody has written a character, and I thought Ranveer did a fantastic job in Animal. He acted so well.
True.
So I think people should watch a film for a film. Watch a film as a film and not just get into the whole analysis of ये ऐसा क्यों बनाया वैसा क्यों बनाया. Otherwise, like then how you make different characters.
Apart
I
from
find
acting, you've also been quite vocal about environmental issues. So, what do you think are the biggest challenges that we are facing today?
global warming. Um, and the whole plastic issue, I mean, it really affects the oceans. It really affects the fish and the animals. Sorry, the marine life and everything. So I think people should really be smart about disposing of the plastic smartly, like recycle it a lot more. And like people like really need to be educated about not throwing things in the sea. I mean, I live in Mud Island and I've seen people crossing the boat. They will have this garbage bag in this whole plastic. They will put it in the sea and they will do this.
Oh
पूजा का
my God.
सामान है. I want to slap them. क्या कर रहे हो क्यों कर रहे हो. Just give them this dirty look. I'm like, why are you doing that? There are dustbins out there. I mean, like, don't do that. But really, people need to be educated about, you know, waste management and everything. So, yeah, that's one thing. And yeah, a lot more, a lot more. People need to be
Yeah.
more sensitive to animals.
Yeah, they need to be more sensible regarding the environment. It's
Yeah.
everyone needs to take an individual effort to make a change at large.
Yeah, because like again, when people are throwing stuff inside the sea, when I see them doing that, when you raise a question, when you ask them, "आप क्यों कर रहे हो ऐसा? क्या कर रहे हो? मत करो." Their response to it is, सब कर रहे हैं. आप मुझे क्यों बोल रहे हो? I'm like, अभी आप मुझे
Yeah,
दिखे हो, मैं आपको बोलूंगी. कोई और दिखेगा किसी और को बोलूंगी. But what do you mean सब करे तो तुम सब लोग जंप करो तुम भी जंप कर लोगे. Like,
yeah,
it's like you have to, I mean, थोड़ा तो, sensitivity about these things. And like, because animals do, I mean, like the sea animals, they do choke on these plastic pieces that go inside them. And there's so many birds die. I mean, like there's so much, yeah, people need to be more considerate and more sensible and sensitive to
yeah.
environment and their issues.
Ma'am, we have almost come towards the end of this. So, lastly, I would like to ask you, what are your future plans? What are your future projects that we need to look for?
So I have this film called Chalti Rahe Zindagi,
Okay.
which has been taking festival rounds recently. So Last year, it has, I mean, it had got selected for Delhi Diorama International Film Festival, then Khajuraho International Film Festival, Jaipur International Film Festival. Then it got selected also for UK Asian Film Festival, and then Chicago and DC. So it
Yeah,
has been getting a lot of love at festivals. So now I'm expecting the film to release this year at some point. So let's see. I'm sure everyone will love it. It's very relatable. So that's,
yeah.
and it's also directed by my one of my favorite directors, Aati Bagri, who directed Kamakha. So
Okay,
yeah, that's one film of mine I'm expecting. There's another film called Pune Highway. I'm very very excited about.
okay.
So Pune Highway, I have collaborated again with Bugs Bhargava, and so he has co-directed Pune Highway with Rahul Dekuna. And again, it has Amit Sadh in me, Amit Sadh, me, Jim Sarb, and
Oh,
Anubhav Pal. So
yeah.
that's a film, Ketki
Quite
Narayan.
a
So it's got a very interesting cast, and so that I'm excited about. Then there's a film called Penthouse. I have collaborated with Abbas Mastan sir again on. And
yeah.
but I'm more of a cameo in that one, but it's going to be a nice one. So Penthouse is there, then there's some stuff happening. So you'll see more. You'll see more of me.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to it, Lauren, I'm sure.
Yeah.